I, for one, am ready for the week to be over, and I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. It's definitely been a rough one, and of course, yesterday was a lot of what we've been seeing over the course of the week. Red for the markets, red for XRP, red for the stock market as well, and I do want to talk about that as well. It was a pretty big wipeout day yesterday there. We do also need to discuss this 710 million XRP in just 24 hours time. Also want to discuss something that is fighting against that number as well. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So XRP currently kind of floating in no man's land. There's not really a whole lot out here. If you guys remember, we obviously had a pretty wild extension and things opened up in a big way. And unfortunately, what that means is that XRP can kind of traverse this whole range between our 786 line and our 10. And right now, we could in fact be coming down to test our 50-day moving average. Obviously, after we broke that $3 support and our 20-day moving average support, that's the next possible place XRP could stop. This isn't to be, bearish or have negative sentiment or create FUD or anything like that. Just understand that right now, we're still dealing with a lot of this uncertainty in the market once again. And yesterday was another big day where the market got hit with uncertainty. In fact, this uncertainty alone caused a $1.11 trillion wipeout of the U.S. stock market. And this basically came on the news that Donald Trump had moved 2 nuclear submarines in strategic positioning somewhere near Russia. And there was this back and forth exchange going on between Donald Trump and the prior Russian president. And there were, there's potential for escalation. It's probably not going to escalate into anything, but the markets, they just don't like that, especially to close the week, right? If it was a Monday, that'd be fine, right? Because we could get everything back. But of course, we hit the weekend. It's, lower volume anyways. We got an ugly institutional day, just like I showed in my earlier video. You guys can see big BTC selling day. Ethereum, large day of selling we have seen, in the last 3 months or so. I mean, it was pretty ugly. Okay. And of course, XRP wasn't able to escape this. But what we were also dealing with yesterday was a big whale selling day in terms of XRP. Actually, 710 million XRP sold over the last 24 hours. Now, this is just the group but holding between 100 million to 1 billion XRP. So some other groups obviously may be fighting against that. And something I want to mention here as well is when we look at this exchange supply removal, yesterday was still an exchange outflow day. Not really surprising. This has been a very consistent theme as of late. And in fact, we look at this last week, we're still on the verge of having one of the largest weeks here in 2025. That has happened basically time and time and time again. So that is in fact really exciting. I didn't look at this, how close we got. We just came up shy last week of the largest week here in 2025. So that on a fundamental level is still looking good. We're still getting to this point where we could see a big supply shock around the crypto market, XRP included, and we could see some accelerated moves there. Now, did want to let everybody know, we're still dealing with a huge presence of shorts in the crypto market. They haven't gone away. They're getting really confident right now. They're still trying to compress and push price down. And the biggest thing we need to do in the market is plant our foot in the ground and then try to liquidate some shorts to the upside. Now, could that happen over the course of the weekend? Potentially. It's probably going to be a little bit lower volume of a weekend. It's been a lower volume week in general. You guys can see just over the last 24 hours, 170 billion in trading volume. XRP, for example, 6.8 billion. I would expect this to drop into the lower hundreds, like 120 to 140 would not surprise me in the slightest, unless we get more surprises or unless we, have a big liquidation event that usually happens when things are kind of opening up for the week or we're in the week. So again, I'm not saying that has to happen today or tomorrow, right? Now, I will say here, we're watching BTC dominance. We're at this point where we could get a possible rejection and ascend back to the downside. We're in the completely overbought range. It's a 100-100 on stochastic RSI. Obviously, RSI has been rising now for a while here. And we can see we're right at this 20-day. But big thing to watch here is that 200-day. This is where we got our rejection actually back here on July 24th. So that could potentially be where BTC dominance is headed. Right now, that's at about, 62.5%. Okay. So those are the things to just kind of watch as we go through the weekend. This has been just a solid sea of green here. Again, right now, fear greed index in the crypto market's a 51. You can just kind of feel that uncertainty kind of creeping back in and people just they're just not confident enough right now to start moving their capital from the sidelines back into the market. We're at about 40 or 4.5% versus the 4.25 to 4.35 we were at before. So need the waterfall to happen, right? So that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's pray for a calm, quiet weekend, no ugly surprises, and maybe we can turn these things around headed into next week. So appreciate you guys as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.